I wanna. I haven't done this video, and I think it's probably the most important video that I'm ever gonna do. It's gonna take me a while, so bear with me, and please don't judge, don't criticize, and this video goes out to everybody I love and everybody that has been around me. And well, I'm gonna talk about my dark side of life. Um, I've always been an asshole, and I've never actually ever gave a fuck about anybody. I've always been tough, and uh, I've always done things out of the ordinary. I've been lucky in life. Growing up, when I was a youngster, I grew up with uh, in the Ramona Garden Projects. A lot of people don't know what the Ramona Garden Project stands for. Um, it starts with drug dealing, gang banging, snapping, stealing, being a cagapalo. I grew up with thugs and winos and chiva heads and fatos that used to steal, and so a lot of harm to the community. That's how our name got brought up. Well, I grew up in that environment. My tia Jojo, my uncle Miguel, and my primo Bird, my tia Berta, and so on and so on and so on. They were the first generation um, snappers. We call them snappers there. So I grew up in that environment. My tio Jojo obviously taught me how to defend myself, and showed me how to fight and had confidence in myself. And obviously, my dad used to beat the shit out of me, whip us, beat us up, and hit us a lot. That includes all my tios, tias, and grandmas. Grandmas, fíjate lo que acabo. Mi abuelita Esther con su chancla, and my tia Carmen, everybody. I mean, I grew up in a different environment than now. Back then, we learned by putazos, by keeping your word and being respectful. So, growing up, I got to see dead bodies, cops raiding our pads, and parents getting separated, tios and cousins and family members cheating on each other, having orgies and being puteros. You know what I mean? So I didn't grow up in a quiet environment. Side of by my mom. I had me, Sandra, Yoli, Rachel, all of us. We grew up in the projects. We had a panadero. We used to open up the water hydrant. We used to protest against the cops. Uh, we used to walk, which was normal. People doing drugs, people getting all high, all drunk, all snappy and disrespectful y toda la cosa. To us, it was a common thing. Grew up with fake dollars. Grew up hating cops, hating black people, anybody that wasn't our race, anybody that wasn't our culture, everybody that wasn't based in our lifestyle. You know what I mean? And obviously, my mom got pregnant young, and my grandma young, and my grandpa liked bingo and le gustaban las viejas. He had two wives before my grandma, and has a lot of mistress all through his life. Uh, he wanted me dad. My dad used to say he used to work for the Hells Angels, and he used to be like fucking undercover. And I grew up in that environment. My primo Gil and Caleb and Bird and all the pachucos, all the tutsuiters, and cruising and being gang, being down, with navajas, chacos, fucking chains, and they used to fight in the bridge. They caught the Night Stalker. I mean, we grew up in the Ronnie King area, the Green 1990, 91, 92, when the CIA got there and started selling guns, and it grew up in a whole different whole generation. We weren't expected to live after 18. Back in the days, you could have a lot of There wasn't three strikes. There wasn't none of that shit. So you could go in and out of jail like nothing and keep doing it constantly. Sometimes you were an American, you didn't get deported, but if you got deported, you still came back. It wasn't like there was a list that they could look up for and all that. So I grew up in the projects, and I grew up. My mom, and my dad, when they got separated, we had the bomb threat, which was my dad's gun, the 22, and I grew up with my tias and my tios and my cousins. They're older than me, and we're with the clavos, with the jura alert, how to deal, how to do jugo, how to do piedra, and coke, and all the rest of the stuff, stealing, gang banging, and I've done a lot of crimes in my life, like nothing to be ashamed of, pero that's the way I grew up. My mom and my dad got separated when I was 9, 8.5, 9. They shipped me out to El Grullo, and me as a cagapalo, sniper, lo que sea. I went and I had a good time over there. I've always loved women because all my uncles and cousins y toda la cosa, we flirted, we talked, and we're standout guys, Obviously, well, coming back to my story, I grew up with people with doing PCP, piedra, speed, coke, and all the rest of the community stuff, stealing, gang banging, being a thug, and being a standout guy, So life changed when I was about 12, 13, 14. I grew up with my uncles being down and crazy, So I obviously I took over them, and I went through their pathway, and my dad he went on the wrong side, and he started stealing trailers, and on top of all the abusiveness and divorce and beating up women y toda la cosa. To me, it was like a normal thing in life, So when I was 14 or under 14, I started doing all my thug life, and I started stealing, robbing, and being a cagapalo, making some dinerito easy and all that. Obviously, I grew up with around drugs in life, and women, prostitution, and above and above and above and beyond, To us was a normal routine and a casual thing to do in life, So when I was growing up, I had a family member of mine that I was about 14, and I've never seen a carjacking. I've never seen someone do some visual crimes. You know what I mean? We're up there in by Victorville, and we end up going through a road and blocking, getting off, and clubbing and hitting with a bat somebody and making them practically bleed and cry for his life, and broke the window, and they threw him out, and we proceeded with our life. And I grew up with cousins, friends, and homeboys that going inside of jail and doing all kinds of crazy shit. And the 90s, 88, 90, 90, before the green light, everybody got crazy, Everybody started doing some crazy shit, And that's when they started introducing guns and AKs, SKSs, miniguns, 380s, the 357s, the Desert Eagles, and that's when we were target practicing in our daily basis. I grew up in El Sereno. Well, before El Sereno, I went to Sierra Park, and obviously I started the Sierra Park Little Cribs, and we're always fighting and fucking and doing our share of our growing up, So After that, we went to El Sereno. El Sereno was one of the high schools rated in LA. One of the craziest schools. We used to fucking throw books through the window. That's when Escalante and 187, the movie and all that came out, and America Me, The Three Strikes, and La Familia, and all those movies came out, and we were involved in most of the other crimes. It was like a normal thing. Everybody was unifying and becoming gang members, and I never, I never joined a gang. I hanged around with everybody, but I was a one man clique. The reason I say I was a one man clique because I could have joined any gang. I knew everybody, and I fought everybody, and I was tougher than everybody. And everybody joined the gang because they're scared. And I wasn't never scared. I was always like a tough fighter, a vato that did a standout. I fought about in elementary. I fought like about 20 fights. In junior high, fought another like 20 fights, and in high school, I fought another 20 fights. I mean that's the bare minimum. Uh, we used to throw M80s and fight and do the chains, chocos, brass knuckles. We went through the whole fucking 9 yards, and we grew up in the projects, and then El Sereno, then from El Sereno and BG, over here in Bow, and we've always been standout guys, especially me, and like I said, I was always involved with drugs and pisto and gang banging and snapping, stealing, and prostitution y toda la cosa. I remember growing up when I was 14, when I barely met my familia from my mom's side. Uh, we went to do a robbery at a fucking motel, and we had a fucking like a foursome, like a train. I never knew what an orgy or a party was until I was about 14. Started hanging around with my tío Miguel, and he taught me all the ropes, and he was into hyenas and fucking into the action. Started dealing with we started with 10s, 15s, 20s, 50s, and 8 balls and stuff like that. Weed. Then we moved on to cocaine, and then from cocaine we went to speed, methamphetamine, and all the rest. And then we used to hit Riverside, toda la cosa. We used to go to the women's college and fucking deliver 8 balls and weed y toda la cosa. And all the people that go to college, they're fucking drug addicts. I never knew how bad they are. But hey, we sold them. We were part of the culture. So then we end up getting enough money to buy 8 balls, and 8 balls, 16s, and ounces, and then grams, and then pounds, and then kilos, and it goes on and on and on. So we started distributing and being amongst all kinds of people, and we started having feria. Next thing you know, I was already on top of my game. I was already to the lifestyle. Fighting was like to me normal. Then I started being a thug, like someone down, and I got myself in a lot of jams. Well, along the way, I got introduced into drugs and everything. And my growing up, we used to do primos and PCB with J's and all that. And then we started doing coke, and then speed, and then glass, and then acid tabs, and it goes on and on and on and on. We did the cemento, the fucking spray. I've done every single drug except Chiva. Okay. So my drug of growing up, like I said, I did weed and all that. That shit used to fuck me up, and I used to snap a lot and everything. So people used to be intimidated and scared of me when I was growing up, because if I was high, I was just like I was being a snapper, cagapalo, and thinking I was a shit. And I grew up like that. You know what I mean? People, I used to always step up to people and just fight, 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 fight. To me, it was like a normal routine. You know. Now that I grew up, I learned with drugs, they enhance your power, your structure, y toda la cosa. And the stronger shit you do, the stronger you are. But I've always been a tough fighter, y toda la cosa. So obviously we started with the basic acetaz, weed, primo, PCP, and then we gradually moved on to cocaine. Cocaine to me, it was like a 15-second drug. It didn't. I didn't enjoy it. What I enjoyed was speed. You know, I grew up with we had the Green Goblin, Gooey, and we had the good speed. You know, and you could fuck all night long. You could fucking be a superhero. You could have all the highness that you want. You know, and you please them, you satisfy them, and there's no possibility that they're gonna I'll screw you. You know what I mean? I'll fuck you. So I was the king of the crab. I had my a legacy. I had a legend name. You know, it's like Carrillo, which is my last name. Everybody used to call me Carrillo because I could fuck anything. I could fight. I could be tough. And we grew up with Anthony and all the Conejo and all the fucking gangsters, you know, from Florencia. I knew everybody from all the neighborhoods, from Bear Street, from Vista, from Claro Street, from the Junior Mafia. I grew up people with the Playboys, and I grew up amongst giants, you know, not normal people to communities now. And I grew up with puro snapper, puro cagapalo, puro pinche party head, puro gente that had their name lifted up, and they had high expectations, and they had a reason to put up the name. Back in the day, we thought we were tough, and the tougher you were, the more highness you got. And obviously, I love highness. I love highness because, like I said, I grew up in that environment. I've never disrespected hyenas, and I've never mistreated them. All I've done in life is treat them, love them, and please them. Satisfy them, and allow them to find their inner selves and find that their hormones or their G-spots, call it. We used to go to Rosarito, Ensenada, Tijuana, and we used to go to San Luis. We used to go everywhere. And no matter where we go, we always put our name high, and right away we look for the highness, you know, because we're party vatos, you know, it's like, and we always had the drugs, we always had the pisto, the tequila, we always had everything that made us, you know what I mean? So I just want everybody to know my dark side in life, you know. People are always scared of me because they didn't know how I was gonna react, and I fought a lot. So if you ever ask about me, everybody will tell you, fucking Manu's a snapper and he fucking fights. But I'm not a snapper that people run away from. I'm a snapper that everybody wants to test me. Everybody wants to see how tough I am, you know? I always get, I call them levels in life. I've fought every single person that you could ever imagine, you know? And my brother-in-law, my cousin, my uncle, my homie, I told you know what I mean? It's like, because everybody always wanted to test me. Everybody wanted to see what I was all about. And I always protected my nieces, cousins, and familia, you know? So everybody always like, hey, you know what I mean? What's up with you, you know? I was like, what's up, man? You know, I always backed them up, and I always lived up to expectations, you know? But like I said, we used to do speed. We used to do trains, lines, fucking, we used to fucking do marathons and fucking races, and, you know, like lines, you know? And when I hit like about 19, that's when I got stabbed, and I tried my evil side of their life, but everybody was they, instead of fighting and being thugs, they became like cuchillazos and guns and all that. So in the movie America Me and all those other movies, a lot of my friends came out. A lot of family members and friends died or was involved in tragedy. I mean, so after that, I started working with my uncles and my Uncle Miguel as well, my uncle in the Swami and slanging and being around them, going to the casinos and going to the Santa Anita, Hollywood Park, and going to Tijuana, Las Perras, and going to Rosarito, going to all these prostitution, picking up. We had our beepers, we had everything, but at the same time, like I said, we used to do. I used to always love coke, no, not coke, speed, because it could keep you up, and not only up, you're always an alert strategy, and you're always ready for combat. Any woman that approaches you, you're gonna satisfy and make sure that your name is lifted up. And I love that. It makes you think. It makes you do all kinds of stuff. Been to Arkansas. I've been Texas. I've been all over New Mexico and all that with people up there. And I've been fights up there, so it's not like I've gone and visit just casually. I've done and represented, People always looked at me as a standout guy, as a wise guy, you know what I mean? So, me and my brother-in-law, El Kikirikix, uh, we've we used to do lines and party, go to Hollywood, Florentine Gardens, and Monte, and Babies, the Hop, and we used to go right here, Tropicanas, and we used to club a lot. And I've had a lot of hyenas, a lot of share, I've never gotten AIDS. I've never been infected with any disease. I never had herpes. I've always looked up, and I'm gonna say it like the way it is. I always fuck virgins or hyenas that are only to one man. I'm not a fucking prostitute guy or a vato that gets all the infections and all the dirtiness of the hyenas. I like them challenging. I like them. That's the way I like women. But like I said, I've always been into older hyenas. I've been with younger hyenas, but I like those cougars. I like those hyenas that know what they want, or know what they've been missing out on. So along the way, I've done I say about since I've been 15, speed. So I've been good at it. I've contained it, and that's my drug of that I choose because I could control it and I could make the best out of it. I could fuck, I could party, I could do everything, fight, and I could drive all night long. I could go through days y toda la cosa. So it's always been my preferred drug, and I've lost a lot of friends and a lot of things that in life really impacted me in life, And now that I'm older, I've stopped in 2 or 3 occasions doing drugs and all that. But I get bored and I go through stress and I go through all kinds of stuff. And as you get older, I'm 47 now, you start seeing your body break down. You start seeing all the diseases and the oldness to get to you. I know I don't look my age because it runs through the family, but I say the way you conduct yourself, that's the way you live, So I've been noticing lately, say in the past years, my teeth are getting smaller. My body's breaking down. It's not like my teeth, they used to be big and now they're small. That's why I look the way I look. I started noticing that I'm getting older, weaker, and I started seeing all the effects that life hit me with. I wasn't the best son for my mom and all that. Now I have to have my daughter not disrespect me, but I guess I'm getting what I deserve in life, And everything you do in life, it gets paid for, So however you conduct yourself, however you are, you're always gonna feel that. A lot of people want to live my life, date a hyena and fucking be around with hyenas, do the orgies and do the party scene and all that. I've never been like a group scene vato. I've always hanged around with like people from the projects from everywhere, but I've always been one man base. In other words, I meet a hyena and it's like just me and the hyena having a good time with all the homies or whatever. But I don't get myself involved in the situation. I've never tried to please nobody, just myself, And I always love women and I love beer. I like being a cagapalo snapper, but I love orgies and threesomes and party and taking the virginity out of people. I like allowing myself to explore my inner self and please women, and I'm good at it. I don't know with all the experience I've had. When I know how to touch a woman, I know how to satisfy her in different ways. I know how to talk to her. I know how to listen. I know how to be part of. And like I said, when you do speed, that's the dark side of me. Uh, you find yourself in a different universe that you allow yourself to have different feelings, know different meanings of life, and it's good. It's good, but then you start seeing uh, your body break down. Like I said, I stopped doing drugs. I'll go and I'll stop doing drugs, and I go and I'll stop doing drugs. But I've been doing them since I've been 15. 47. So it's like 30 years and above doing drugs. But I've always eating my vitamins, being healthy and todo. Pero I've been noticing my teeth, like I said, they're getting smaller. Uh, my bones I'm getting weaker. I got fat. I work out and I try to make the best out of it. But you start noticing all the defects, the drugs, the party, the highness, your heart, your mind. You get played with. You get abused. You feel like a loser, like a loner. I wanna be humble. I wanna be a family man. I wanna be part of something. I've been with a lot of girls. It just my mind hasn't allowed me to be happy. And I guess because you drink, you snap, you do drugs, and you think you're a fucking one-man bandit, like a superhero that nothing could contain you, nothing could keep you down, nothing could fuck you, nothing is irresistible, you know? You just keep exploring and maximizing your thoughts and your ways of life, And everybody that I've known doesn't really settle down, because not a lot of women could accept all that abuseness or trying to fucking keep you to yourself. We like to talk and be around and spread our wings. We're like desert eagles. Pero like I tell people, I grew up with the dirty dogs, and I had good friends, good todo, but like I said, I've always been a one man bandit. All my life, I've gone to Mexico and I have a lot of family members. I've done a lot. I've gone to Arkansas, Texas, New Mexico. I've done East LA, Balto, and everybody goes, "Fuck, you've done a lot." But like I said, I've always moved on. I never belong or associated myself with one specific. Uh, and that's what always kept me from going to jail or doing dumb things, because people want to go do pendejadas and it's like, let's do it for the barrio, let's do that. I don't belong to that. I belong to myself. And with hyenas out there, they're like, hey, that's home with. I don't know because I'm by myself. And I've never backed down to any fight, never backed down to nada. As long as you bring beer, pisto, and you like women and joking around, clowning around, people are always gonna accept you. But like I said, all that comes with consequences. You're gonna be lonely in life. You're gonna go through darkness, through suicide thoughts. I thought of suicide too many times. I thought of giving up in life so many times. I get hurt and I get stressed out on nothing particular. When people test me right away, I raise my fucking mind and I become aggressive or have to defend myself, you know? And that's bad. That's real bad because um, you do a lot of harm to life. You do a lot of harm to yourself. You don't know how to move on. You don't know how to appreciate. Uh, I wish I was a pussy. I wish I was a coward. I wish I was someone could contain me and fucking mold me and fucking do all that. But like I said, I grew up with vatos. We used to go like me and Perico, go get cases of Cobra, go get me and my brother-in-law. We used to run the train tracks, cases of fucking Budweiser. We used to do tequila, Bacardi 151, fucking Bucanas, Jimadores, fucking Patrones, Don Juan, Don Pedro. You know, we used to memorize our fucking bad habits and all the drugs. As soon as we arrive to, no matter where we go, right away we find a distributor and the quality of drug that we're gonna be provided. And we, like I said, I've done every single thing except Chiva. I don't know why I've never done it. Because I've been blessed. I've also gone to church and blessings y toda la cosa. But like I said, I'm a party guy. I'm a vato that likes to fight, likes to argue, likes to be a chismoso and get myself in situations that not everybody could resist, you know? But now that I'm getting older, like I said, I know I'm already pre-diabetic or I'm actually diabetic. I don't want to change my lifestyle. I don't want to. I don't want to stop being me. And I'm tired of it. I cry to God every night, and I tell people that, yeah, you're tough. You're a fucking a warrior. You're a fucking beast. You're made different, and people fucking look up to you for that reason. They don't look at you because you're a coward or not asshole. Look at that. They always come up with problems and situations that only you could resolve, you know? And I was brought up like that. And I've tried being that disciplined, respectful, honest worker, todo, pero I get bored. I stopped doing drugs and I go through depressions. I go through anxiety. I go through all that. I enjoy the scene, you know? And then sex. I love women, you know what I mean? I just can't see myself just with one woman, you know? I'm too much of a man just for one woman. A woman has to, which I've had crazy women, but a woman wants to control me and tame me and fucking tell me what's up, you know? And I'm kind of always been on that mode that I had to defend myself. I had to walk it back. I'm a maniaco, you know. I'm a maniaco, but with respect. You know what I mean? I'm not a person that you can't be around with. We can't invite. You know what I mean? But I tell them once I get the drinks and I start partying, dancing, y toda la cosa. A lot of people, for whatever reason, get scared, you know, or intimidated, or start trying to control me and or tell me what to do, toda la cosa. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up like that. I grew up as a thug. I grew up as a gangster, you know, but not a gangster like all the other vatos. I consider a gangster to me a vato that will get down and dirty, and how you approach him, that's how he approaches you. And I've gone with gangs, and gangs come up to you and try to intimidate you because they're from a gang. I go fuck who you are, you know? And that's what I mean, a gangster. I don't need my friends or anybody backing me up. I've never had nobody to fucking depend on or expected someone to do something for me. I've always been a one man clique, you know? So I always step up to the plate and I resolve my own problems, and which is good. But like I said, I think it has to do a lot with beer and drugs. And like I said, it's just part of life, you know? So the object of this message and this story is everything has consequences. Everybody has a dark past inside of them. And my dark past is snapping, drinking, doing drugs, fighting, and loving women to the max. And it's always been me. I'm the center of attraction y todo. I'm not good looking. I'm not the best looking. I'm not the. I've been always been chunky. I've always not been the chingon. You know what I mean? But I guess that's what. See, when you're out chingon, you're out pipiris nice, you're gonna get the best hyena in the world. So you're gonna have to settle down for one. And then you're like me, you're gonna get anything that crawls, anything that comes your way, you know? I grew up like that. I'd rather share and contribute to society in an ordinary way. I've always had the opportunity to spread my wings and be involved and conduct myself in a normal way in society. You know, that I'm acceptable and I'm admired and I'm respected. You know, that people look at me. I mean, I guess the way I am, people know that you don't fuck with me. And I've never allowed anybody to mistreat me or mistreat my family members or abuse of my kindness, you know. I've done every single thing that you could imagine. There's a GTA, gang banging, fighting, stealing, mujeriegos, drugs. I've done every single thing you could imagine. I fought all my life, and getting old. Like I said, my body's starting to ache. My teeth are starting to get the bad side. Starting to get sick. I'm not taking care of myself. I'm not adjusting and trying to change. You know, uh, my primo Sergio tried to change, and right away, half a year, he died. You know, and I guess whatever we live, like my tío Rafael, tío Enrique, and Kike, and so on and so on and so on. We've always adapted and kept our train going. My primo Bird got real sick y todo. He stopped doing most of the drugs y todo. Back then we had our goodie bags, our cash box, you know? And in there we had all the drugs and everything to party. And todas las viejas y todo, I'm still fucking horny and I'm still fucking available and ready for combat, you know? Yes, sir, you know? I'm still impressing and bad. I'm a maniaco. I'm a dirty dog, you know? I'm a ñaca, you know? You put me with any woman in front of me, and I could tell you in 5 minutes if we're gonna hit it off. And it was funny because this weekend we had our baby shower, and I had El Muñeco, and he was trying to hit on Carlos's mom and toda la cosa, you know, and he was dripping and fucking like a dirty dog, you know. He was like a whoopie whoop, you know, and not to be saying nada, but I could get any woman I want, especially cougars, you know. I don't know what it is, but I attract. I have that magnet, you know what I mean? And I see him that he was trying to impress and trying to get some, you know. But he was doing it wrong. He was doing it wrong. The way I conduct myself, I approach and I get them all quietly and to myself, and I show them what kind of man I am, you know. Give them my strength, give them my ability, you know. So hopefully I live a little longer, and I get to enjoy life. This weekend I'm thinking of fixing my teeth y toda la cosa. Uh, I just want everybody to know that I do go through all the dark thoughts, and I do go through all the struggles, and I go through all the dark tunnels and those moments that you want to give up in life, and all the darkness, all that hate, all that jealousy. Todo. I do combat all that negativity in life, and I see my bodies y todo, and I'm afraid to go to a doctor because doctor's gonna tell me that I'm already overdue, you know. And I just want to live whatever life I have and make the best out of it. I know I'm not gonna make it old. I know I'm not gonna uh, live up to expectations to other people, you know. And I argue. I stuck with my daughter. I even argue with my own dog. I argue with my own shadow. I want to fight everybody. Everybody always. I don't know what it is. I feel that I need to be me. You know. A lot of people they're afraid of themselves. I'm not. And my fear and my darkness side, like I said, is speed, beer, tequila, and doing all the bad things that other people. But like I said, I've been lucky. I never had STD. I never had fungus. I never nada. It's only now it's just the tea. You know, it's like I guess drugs eats up the calcium in your body. I started reflecting and seeing myself in pictures and all, and I'm getting old. And I know if I make it to be old, I'm gonna suffer a lot. I wish I never did all the drugs I've done. I wish I was in a better situation, but I'm not. I wish I conducted myself. I've broken all my bones. I've fucked up my back, my leg, I walked through fire. I've done every possible thing that you could imagine. I've enjoyed life. I've ate and I've partied and I fucked anything I wanted in life. I fought and I've been abusive, you could say, or I've been a tough guy, as other people would say. But I've lived multiple lives, and I've seen a lot of family members and friends either die, paralyzed, jail, pass on, and moved on. You know what I mean? And I've seen a lot of friends that accepted Jesus Christ because they've gone to the dark side, like the real dark side. I've never really been to the dark side, you know? That's why I could still talk about it and I'm not ashamed and I know how to conduct myself. Well, just wanted to tell everybody I've had my share of women. I've done a lot of good things as bad things in my lifestyle. I tell people that when I die, probably no one's gonna go to my funeral, and I'm not afraid of that. I actually don't want nobody to know when I die. That's why I'm doing all these videos, para que les queden and their thoughts and minds. And I know I got a lot of things in life that I've done, and I might have cured their kids, but I never looked back, and I've always moved on, like I said, and to me it's hard coming back, or to me when I feel that people try to control me or people expect things from me that I don't want to provide. It's easier to me just to move on, start over, and continue my journey alone in a different direction. You know, I think multiple family members. I was up to 53, 54 family members passed away, and I've been around everybody, and everybody always admires and respects me. You know, but at the same time, they know that I'm a snapper, cagapalo, and like to party, like to be to myself. I guess when you grow up, um, you don't want to be around people like me. And the only ones that really enjoy being around me, like I said, are my tias and several family members that had adjusted themselves and to my lifestyle, and they haven't tried to change me or do me. I'm also a gambler. I don't like going to the casino and all that. I got a lot of luck, but I don't like giving my luck away to the tables. I don't like playing the lottery. I don't want to win the lottery. I want to work and enjoy whatever life throws at me. I wanna, I wanna set my life, and I wanna be in control of my life, and I don't want anything to get given to me, or I want nobody to tell me what should I do, what can I do. Not even at work. Uh, I've been I moved on jobs because people test me, and once I feel that urge, my daughter urges me a lot, me encabrona a lot, and I come back to the conclusion I forget her because she's my sangre. But sometimes she irritates me because she's not grateful. She's not. I guess she's immature though. Yeah, she's not wise enough to understand that she has a cool dad. Well, I just wanted to share that part of me. That soy un pinche gigolo, un pinche puto bien drogadito y borracho, cabrón, peleonero, alegativo, and the rest of the stuff. But I'm still widely accepted, and I'm still admired. So everybody, that's my dark side.